So here we have this week's sneaker releases, and it's another packed week. However, what I will say is some of them, not so great, and some of them very, very great. And so the first one up is the Nike Air Max Plus Phantom Lightbone colorway. So this is a premium version, which I think is probably the materials themselves from what I can see. And it's got some nice sort of suede on there, and obviously the embroidery instead of the TPU overlays, which I'm not so much of a fan of, but still, it looks clean. It almost looks like an Armani collab. And also on the 25th of February, the first of many Sunders releasing this week, or at least in March, is the Nike Air Max Sunder in Obsidian. And I think this is already released in the UK and EU, I believe. I'm not completely 100%, but I'm sure I saw them pop up. But this is a very nice colorway. The Sunder's, a really good looking model. Just I didn't get on with it because I have a wide foot, and the shroud just basically, just didn't really suit my foot. So I experienced a lot of pain on the upper of my forefoot. So for that reason, just be wary if you've got like a wide foot or a really wide foot. Just probably stay away from these, or at least go up a full size at the very least. And also on the 25th of February, you got the Nike Air Max 1 Burgundy Crush. I think both of these are called Burgundy Crush, but I think they're just different takes on the colour. So they both kind of got premium materials on them, and don't look too bad. And one of them is an Air Max 90 and the other one is an Air Max 1. But overall, very clean, especially if you're on the hunt for one of these models. And also on the 25th of February, which I feel will be popular in the UK and EU, is the Nike Air Max 90 Infrared, and this is the carbon fiber version. So the upper is kind of this sort of plasticky material instead of the mesh, and overall, it's more of a sort of sporty vibe to it. I'm not sure in terms of durability, but I'm assuming that it will probably be a bit more waterproof. Probably not so much as Gore-Tex, but still a clean look in my opinion. Not as nice as obviously the OGs, but still a good try. And also on the 26th of February, you've got the Nike Air Max 90 Volcano, and this one I thought was coming out last week, but it looks like it's been pushed back a few days. And the colorway is not something for me. I saw a video on these, or a review on these on YouTube, and yeah, again, I don't think they look as nice in hand, but again, I could be wrong. Until you sort of see them themselves, you don't know whether it's actually a good model or not. But not the favourite model for the Air Max 90s, especially the ones that are coming out. And also on the 26th of February, you've got the Sporty Rich Adidas Handball Special, and these are, again, another obviously collab with Sporty Rich, who are known for doing some nice collabs with Adidas. And this one is a continuation from last year, where they had like more of the sort of Pantone colours, where they had the Pantone green, the kind of pink colour, and then also the brown colour, which if you look at the brown colour, the prices on those shot up, and they're worth a lot of money for some reason. But I had the brown pair, and I sold them probably just around retail. I wore them a bunch of times. Not the most comfortable on foot, more from considering the, I suppose, insole. Just found it, it just didn't really suit my foot. They're fine, like they're to wear in terms of the neutral comfort, but I just found I just had a bit of like, I suppose, in terms of like the toe area, big toe area, just a lot of rubbing and just sort of fatigueness, I suppose. But if you can cope with them and they feel fine, then definitely worth grabbing. I did like the look of them, and I did like the way they, the materials and things of that nature. They're a bit more sort of premium, and you get some nice, secondary laces as well. But it's just a shame that the insole just kind of lets it down. And I'm not one of those people who just likes to sort of put in a different insole. It's just, to me, it's too much hard work. And in my opinion, the trainer should come with a nice insole to begin with. But that's why I, sort of veered more towards the Clot or the Bad Bunny versions, because they're just a lot nicer on foot with a nicer insole. And also on the 26th of February, we've got the New Balance 997, and this is in the light mushroom colour, and there's a bunch of different sneakers coming out from New Balance with this sort of mushroom vibe. But yeah, it's a nice colourway. The 997, not the most comfortable in my opinion, quite sort of firm on foot, but overall still a cool looking sneaker. And also on the 26th of February, Jordan Brand still going ahead with these, is the Air Jordan 4 Net Black. I think these obviously, again, it's an acquired taste, not something for me, but more power to you if you like this. But yeah, again, I think it's probably going to be limited in numbers, and just I'm not sure who's going to wear these, but being in black kind of makes it a bit more easier to wear, I guess. And also on the 26th of February, we've got more Nike Air Max Sunders, and I'm not a fan of the gym red colorway, but I do like the safety orange, and it's quite similar to the Canyon Gold pair that I have. And then also the silver color, which is a no-brainer really, but they all look very nice, but just the red one is not doing it for me, but I'm sure there's other people out there who prefer the red. And also on the 26th of February, we've got the Dot Swoosh Nike Air Max 1 Poly, and this is inspired by what I believe to be Tomb Raider and just gaming in general, hence why Polygon. But for me, it's a nice pair, nice looking. If I didn't already have a pair of original Air Max ones in the kind of mica green color, which is very similar to this color, then I'd probably be after these. But I'm probably going to skip out on these, but you're going to have to go through the trouble of some sort of hunt to grab a pair of these. That's what they kind of mentioned on the email if you're registered for Dot Swoosh. But yeah, just expect to jump through a bunch of different hoops to try and get a pair of these, and it'll probably be all quite cryptic anyway. Just not sure. Probably at the moment, just on my decision, I'm not going to go for these, but I can't say for sure. When sort of Monday, Tuesday arrives, whether I'll be grabbing these or not. And also on the 27th of February, got the Nike Vomero 18, and this is using two different foams, which is similar to the Vomero 17 that came out, and it's got React X and Zoom X in there, and it's supposed to be much nicer on foot than the 17s. And I did review the 17s, and I thought they were very nice to begin with, but the more I started sort of running in them, only running a few times, I just experienced a lot of pain on the outside of my foot on the forefront area. And so for me, I didn't keep them. I kind of sort of sent them back under warranty for Nike, because I just feel like those kind of trainers should be worthy of sort of wearing really. So I'm just waiting to hear back on what they say. But this one looks better, looks a bit more chunkier and more supportive. But I generally think the three different lines that they've got, the Pegasus coming under this, and then you got the Vomero 18, which is slightly more luxurious, and then you got the the Invincible Run or the Pegasus Premium being sort of more the top tier. But I really like the Invincible Run 3, and I think it's worth the extra money, especially if you can grab them on sale. But if not, then the Pegasus I don't mind, but I just find the Zoom Air units sometimes they can feel a bit too protruding, especially sort of once I start wearing down. And I experienced kind of like a bubble effect going on, especially on the forefoot area. Again, it just depends on the build, but a pair of Pegasus 39s I had, I believe, or 38, they developed a bulbous air unit at the front, and that just really sort of caused a lot of pain on my forefoot as well. And also on the 27th of February, you've got the New Balance 990 V6 Mushroom, and this is another one that's coming out, and the Mushroom colorway is quite cool actually. It's very sleek, almost sort of that grey colour, and not bad at these. The 990 V6 are really comfortable on foot as well. But what I will say is the foam does kind of bottom out a bit after a while, so just be wary of that. And also on the 20th of February, you've got the Adidas AE1 Metallic Silver. Again, a nice colourway. The AE1 is a cool model. I personally didn't like the highs as much. If you're wearing for casual, I think the lows are better, but from what I understand, these are better. The highs are better for basketball. And also on 27th of February, got the Waco Maria Reebok Club C85 Black Leopard. I had a pair of Club Cs a few years back. It was a Street Fighter version, and in all honesty, I just didn't find them very comfortable. They just felt with not much support in there, not much cushioning, so I ended up moving those on. But these look quite cool, quite simple, but again, it's probably more for the women just due to the leopard print that's on there. And something which I probably will be going for, shall I say, on the 20th of February is the Union Air Jordan 1 High OG Chicago Shadow. And from what's led to believe is these are going to be quite amount of stock out there. So I think the 27th of February is the Union website, and the sneakers one will probably follow later on, or at least on the same date. So just keep an eye on the raffles and things of that nature. Obviously they're going to be loading up on the Union site. For those in the US, that's probably the best bet to cop, and then obviously the sneakers app. But if you're in the UK and EU, it's probably best to wait for the raffles, because you'll get charged with import taxes and all that kind of stuff, where if you're ordering from a US website, just expect that. But yeah, overall these are really cool. If the black toes were to come out again, I'd probably prefer those over these or the Storm Blues, but it's still a really nice pair, being a Chicago and Shadow, which are two really nice colorways anyway. But again, one of those ones where it's nice, but not as nice as the OG versions. And also on the 28th of February, you've got the Nike Flightposite 1 Triple Black. These didn't really come out in the UK and EU, so I think it might just be more of a US exclusive. And I'm sure they dropped already, but this could be the European date. But overall, it's a really cool and unique looking pair of pieces of footwear, really. Obviously, same as the Foamposites. I think they look really cool, and yeah, it's one of those ones where I'm gonna sort of skip out on it. But overall, it's one of those, like I said, weird models that's, if you're in the know, you kind of would like these. And also on the 28th of February, you've got the Freshgoods New Balance 992. This is aged well, and going back to sort of 5 years ago when Freshgoods was first collabing with New Balance, and he had the heart version of these, and this is kind of like an aged version of that. And yeah, it's a nice looking colorway overall. Not the, I suppose in terms of me going out and buying a pair, I don't think I will, because I don't tend to wear this type of colorway. But I will be, waiting for a 992 to come out, more, colorway that I would like and what I would wear, because I've never had a pair of 992s. And also on the 28th of February, you've got the Liverpool FC Converse Runstar, and I'm sure the Liverpool fans out there will be gravitating towards these, and they're not bad, and quite sort of similar to all the other trainers that have come out, in terms of giving that sort of football vibe, I guess. And also on the 28th of February, you've got the New Balance 740, and this is in Vibrant Energy. I think this one might be a DTLR exclusive. I'm not completely 100% on that, but it's overall got a cool looking pair, in my opinion. And I think the 740s kind of started to sort of grow on me a little bit. Not enough to grab a pair, because, I've got the 1906Rs, and they look very, very similar to these anyway. And also on the 28th of February, we've got the Adidas Superstar 2, and these are kind of more bulkier versions of the Superstar. So if you're in the market for something a bit more sort of bulky, then you probably want to gravitate towards these, but I'll be giving them a miss. But overall, not bad, but not anything exciting. And also on the 28th of February, we've got the Saucony Shadow 6000, and this is called Saucony Friends, and I think there's a bunch of different collabs, they're calling it this one sort of Saucony and Friends pack, as for what I believe. But yeah, the colorway is not bad. Saucony trainers, I don't think they're as comfortable as people say they are, but more power to you if you do like Sauconys. But I've had a couple here and there, and generally find them to be slightly lower quality than what New Balance offer and what Nike offer, and that's my personal opinion. And also in February at some point, maybe it will release in the next 3 or 4 days, so just keep an eye out on the sneakers and also at your skate shops, is the Nike SB Dunk Low Tourmaline. But because it's coming so late in February now, maybe I expect them to be delayed until March, or maybe even until April. And also on the 1st of March, we've got the Puma Speedcat Ballet, and the Speedcat is very popular at the moment, and obviously it's trending on places like TikTok and that kind of stuff. And you have Dua Lipa advertising them as well, so this is another take, and kind of similar to what Adidas are doing. They've got a ballet version of these, or a women's sort of version of these, which are more sort of shoe-like, and yeah, not bad. Obviously, not something that I would wear personally. And also on the 1st of March, we've got I think there's a 3-pack or a 5-pack of the Shox TL, and this is by Riccardo Tisci. And yeah, they look okay, not anything for me really. I'm not too much of a fan of this particular model. And also on the 1st of March, we've got the Nike Air Max 90 Escape, and this is going to be a return from the early 2000s, and I actually really like the colourway, and it's just because it's brown and black and quite sort of simple and clean. And the Air Force One Escapes already have released. I've seen them on in the UK on some of the websites, and that's another clean one as well. But overall, yeah, really nice in my opinion. Probably not going to grab a pair, but I'd rather sort of wait for the infrareds to come out again. I have a pair of Air Max 90s, which are the laser blues, so I'm good on these particular pairs. But yeah, overall very nice. And also on the 1st of March, Nike cashing in on the I suppose football or soccer trend, is the Total 93, and this was worn by Louis Figo, Wayne Rooney, and also Roberto Carlos back in the day. And overall, I think they've been given a bit of a swap, because obviously they were used as sort of soccer shoes or cleat shoes, and so obviously they've taken that sole off and put in I'm guessing some sort of EVA, maybe Phylon midsole, and I think overall it's also got this asymmetric lacing system, which is similar to the Footscape wovens, but which should make them a bit more comfortable. Yeah, it's just one of those ones where I suppose not something for me, but I imagine because of the football trend that's on at the moment, I think people will be into these. And also on the 1st of March, we've got the Nike Air Max DN Dawn. This looks like it's in time for the Easter holidays, and it's got that kind of pastely coloured vibe to it. Yeah, not bad in my opinion. And same for the Nike Air Max TL. This is again similar sort of thing, and it's got white and playful pink. I imagine this will be popular with the women out there, but again, a nice colourway and overall looks really cool.